please welcome to the stage Chris Cow.
Joey Ryan of comedy. Who got that reference? Did
Not
anybody?
me.
Did anybody? Your plan has failed. So this is a cool place. Like Eric asked me out and Jeff to come out here. This is kind of a neat place. Like to be in the backyard. It's kind of funny. It's all like dirt. It's like there's no plants growing. It's like you salted the earth or something. And there's like a vase with like flowers right there. It's like we killed the plants and then like we need more plants. So we'll put them in a little place. And I'm not sure what this is. It's like a futuristic hobbit hole or something.
It's a yurt.
Like that. It's what?
A yurt.
A yurt. What's a yurt? Is that where you get yogurt or something?
Yeah.
Or you build like a kiln or something?
Babies feel good about themselves.
I thought you were growing weed or something. Like hide it from people. But it's cool. Like thank you for setting this up. Like let's give it up again at the end for all these guys. But you know what month it is this month? It's a very special month. What month is it?
Black History Month?
Okay, yeah, it's Black History Month. It is February. It's actually another thing. This month, and I kid you not, is ALS month. ALS. You know what ALS is? No? Kind of? What do you say? That's right. So ALS is Lou Gehrig's disease. So ALS is a terrible name. It stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. But you call it Lou Gehrig's disease, and you get a month, and people like donate on PBS, and you get like 100 people to like dump water on their heads. I think we should name all our diseases after celebrities. Then you can get people to donate. Like, oh, did you hear what happened to Jimmy? Yeah. Came down with Ashton Kutcher. Just hoping it doesn't turn to full-blown Lindsay Lohan. We need a race for the cure now. So you hear about Mexican Barbie? This is true. Mattel, the toy store, Hasbro, which one makes Barbie dolls? The toy company. I read this online. But they released Barbies from around the world, and people got pissed. They thought there was this Mexican Barbie, and they were like mad. They thought it was racist because Mexican Barbie came with like a sombrero hat, a chihuahua, and like a passport. Wouldn't it be more racist if she didn't have a passport? So, if you can't tell, I am a big nerd. Where's the girl who loved Oreos and like hated nerds? This is gonna be like
Right here.
You're like, all right, this is gonna be like your hell set. So, I do love Oreos, but I am a big nerd, and you may look at me and think that it's like easy, that I've always been like this, but it's a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of discipline to reach my level of super nerdery. I've watched Star Wars like 5 times in the theaters. I've read every single Marvel and DC comic book. I turned myself Asian. And the worst thing about like living La Vida nerdy, right, is I never have those like really badass drunken stories to tell and brag about with my buddies. Like I'll be with my friends and they'll always say things like, oh man bro, we were 5 of us last night, we slammed like 6 tequila shots, picked up these 3 blonde chicks, ended up crashing this party with some guy we didn't even know. Awesome, totally sweet. Am I right, bro? Am I right? Pound it! Now, like, I don't want to be left out. But my stories? Okay. It's Friday night, there's 4 of us, and we're playing Risk. Harry rolls natural 6s as Enclave with the bear, but he forgets to take his maneuver turn, but we let him bunker anyways! What were we thinking? Am I right, guys? Am I right? Yeah. So, if you can't tell, like, I like to play a lot of board games, and I haven't actually played one of these more popular ones till recently. One of my buddies came up to me and like, Chris, you like to play board games. You should play a game called Ticket to Ride. So, has anybody ever heard of this game? I hadn't either. So they said, I said, what do you do in this game? He said, well, Chris, in this game, you get to build a railroad across the U.S. Now, some of you laughed, and some of you need to pay better attention in class. Now, asking the Chinese guy to play the railroad building game is like asking black people to play like a cotton picking game. What's next? Like bad driving and do your math at the same time, Monopoly? So, you know there's like a nerd hierarchy? This is true. There's like a totem pole, and if you ask people about this, it kind of goes like this. At the top, there's video gamers, and it goes board game geeks, and it goes comic book fans, and it goes anime people, and then it goes people who play like Dungeons and Dragons. And you know what's on the very, very bottom of this totem pole? That is the LARPers. So, what's a LARPer? L-A-R-P. This stands for a live action role player. These are the types of people who dress up like wizards and orcs and shit and run around in the woods. And they're at the bottom. Now, how nerdy do you have to be shunned by other nerds? Like, I may spend 10 hours online every day playing League of Legends, live on a diet of pizza rolls and shitty Monster energy drinks, but that guy who dresses like Elrond the elf? Nerd! Yeah. It's kind of fun because it's like a really political season now, and you get all those like pundits and those real big crazies and those reverends on TV, and I actually really like it. You know, every time there's like a big natural disaster, there's always some really like religious dude on TV talking about how this was like God's wrath against the gays. God, Lord hates those homosexuals, they're abominations, and that's why like the flood and Katrina came. And we don't know that. We don't know why God was pissed. Maybe he hates the gays. Maybe he hates something else. So like next time there's a big natural disaster, like I want to be that guy on TV and be like, the earthquake destroyed Hollywood because they canceled Dexter. That was God's favorite show. It is an abomination and a sin for men to like My Little Pony. Bronies are the scum of the earth. God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because they kept spamming his Facebook wall with Candy Crush requests. God hates that. When I die, I don't want to be cremated. Because when the zombie virus hits, I want in. I watched that show Walking Dead a lot. You like that show? Yeah. It's a good show. I watched the show, I got all caught up. I read the comic books. But you watch too much like Walking Dead, you talk about too much zombie stuff all day, because I love zombie stuff. And it starts like affecting you in like little ways. Like, now when I walk by a graveyard, I'm kind of like scared a little bit, so I'll try to like run a little bit faster. When I hear people like eating at a barbecue, like if you're at one of those like restaurants, like I think it's like human sounds and stuff like that. And like if I see like a hobo like in an alleyway, like sitting up against the wall, right? I bash his head in with a hammer. Safety first. But I think like being a zombie is great, right? You're instantly put into a big group. It's you got instant friends and acceptance. It's like being in a cult or a fraternity or being Mormon.
He's cool.
I just hang out. What you want to do today? Eat brains. Chase survivors into barricaded mall. Me too, sweet pounded zombie. I think that's my time. I'm Chris Gow.
Yeah. Chris Cow.